Hey then, welcome to Habits Unplugged. Let's talk about why you might not enjoy some things in your life without alcohol, some events in your life without alcohol, some of the things that you used to enjoy with alcohol. If you don't know me, I'm Kevin O'Hara. I'm owner of habitsfeed2.com. We coach people to tap into their potential for growth instead of tapping out with alcohol. So, why can't you enjoy events without alcohol? And by events I'm talking about anything that you used to do with alcohol that you think, now I can't enjoy without alcohol. And for me, it depends on the events, right? It depends on what's happening. It depends on the circumstance, depends on the context. If everyone's getting drunk and you're not, if you've decided now, well, I'm going to stop drinking alcohol. I'm a week away from when I used to drink alcohol, and now I'm thinking of going to this place where everyone's getting drunk and I'm the only one that's sober. Everyone's pissed. Pissed is, for me, an Irish person is twisted out of their head with alcohol. They're talking nonsense, and I'm just not enjoying myself. Why would you think you can enjoy that? I can't stand. I literally cannot stand being around drunken people now. Right? It's a waste of my time. It's a waste of my energy. Right? Drunks are a waste of my time, waste of my energy. I don't need those reminders of the person that I used to be, of the things that I used to do to myself. I don't need that, right? I get up the next day after these events, after seeing my friends or my family, people that I know, drunk, and I remember that stuff. And, when you're thinking about this stuff in 5 years' time, these things stick in your mind. And, sometimes you might say to yourself, well, yeah, it's because they were drunk. But sometimes you might not, and you'll think to yourself, well, geez, I heard Sally saying something last night and that wasn't nice, or I saw John doing something that I never thought I'd see him doing, People say and do things when they're drunk that they would not do when they're sober. I'm not casting any aspersions on these people's characters, but this is the way it is with life. We go through our lives subconsciously judging people, subconsciously judging ourselves. We judge. I'm not saying that in a bad way, like I said, but that's just the way it is, right? Some of these things I just don't need to know. When you stop drinking alcohol and you see your own past through this lens, I drank for over 30 years, and I see all of that drinking time as wasted. All of the hangover time is wasted. All of the time that I was thinking about alcohol as wasted. All the time that I should have been doing other things, that I could have been doing other things. And I'm not a fan of coulda, shoulda, woulda, right? You can't do that. So it is what it is. It's in the past. But it's time wasted. It's energy wasted. It's life wasted, right? And it's impossible for me not to look at my family and my friends who are drinking this poison as not doing the same thing, right? If you get what I mean. I don't want to see them doing that. I don't need to see them doing that. For me, I look at my family and I think, yeah, it's your life. You do your thing, I'll do my thing, right? I was recently last week, I went down to Spain to my sister's wedding, my younger sister. So all four of my sisters are now married, and this was a registry office thing, so she's hoping to have another wedding, right? Good for her, a proper wedding later on. But in Spain, the laws are just the laws, and they have to get married because they've got a kid now, and blah blah blah, right? So anyway, I love this wedding, right? I loved my last sister's wedding because I don't drink, right? I went to bed, I left the wedding party, the after wedding party, as soon as things started getting messy. You all know what I'm talking about, right? As soon as people start acting like dicks, as soon as all the slurry stuff starts coming out, I'm gone to bed, right? And, it depends on your attitude. If you think you can't drink versus you don't drink or you won't drink, there's an old saying, whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right. I think it was Henry Ford probably said that, right? So if nobody is drinking and yet everybody is having fun, right? Why wouldn't you also have fun? The probability is that you're just not putting yourself in those places where you can have fun without alcohol. You know, think about it. Going back to that wedding, I stayed in my sister's house, so I was with her that morning of the wedding, right? I spent the whole morning with her, and my family came over, and just before the ceremony, and it was great, right? Everyone was excited. Everyone was buzzing about the day that was about to commence, right? My sister getting ready, you know, was just chatting about things, and I've never seen my sister so happy. I mean, she really was happy about getting married to this man, and there was not one drop of alcohol in sight, right? Nobody needed a drink for that. And it's the same thing with all of the things that I do in my life, all of the celebrations. They're celebrations in and of themselves. You don't fucking need a drink, right? You don't need a drink. You know, you've been conned into believing that you need a drink. You know, the champagne that comes out after the ceremony is over, and everyone needs this champagne to feel like it's a celebration. What bullshit, right? Everyone needs to feel like they're getting plastered drunk. I mean, I've seen the photographs after the wedding, you know, of all the drunken antics, but that's good enough for me. The stupid photograph is not like a stupid memory in my head, you know. So, you know, look, 11 years sober, and I just have much more fun in my life. You know, it's just a fun life to live when you're putting the effort into your own self, when you're putting the effort into your own progression in life, right? I'm contented going to bed, I'm contented waking up, contented most of the time. I'm focused on building, you know, I'm focused on trying to improve myself, trying to progress in my life. I've got a growth mentality, growth mindset, instead of the instant gratification mentality. I enjoy my life, I enjoy my work, I enjoy getting up here into the mountains and walking around every morning. You know, I'm up here at the latest 7 o'clock. I was up here this morning at 6. Sometimes I'm up here at 5:30 in the morning because I got to bed early the night before. I enjoy traveling. You know, we travel a lot. I spend 3 months of my life every year now in Ireland with my son, with my family. I spend 3 months of my life every year in Spain with my family, right? The winter months. I spent 6 months here in this wonderful, beautiful country, this mountainous region of Andorra. And that just was not possible when I was drinking. None of it. You know, you have to think about these things. That instant gratification that you get from getting drunk is fleeting, right? You don't even remember it. You know, your vague memories of, oh, you know, wasn't that good fun last night? Really, think about it. None of my old life was fun when I look back on it in comparison. You know, you have to look at these things all in context. You know, the only way that you can really see these things is when you get outside of that context and you move forwards into your new life with purpose, right? You start thinking about what are the consistent outcomes that I want to get in my life, and you move towards those consistent outcomes, right? And it, like I said, it's a learning process. When I started out, I had one thing in mind: to be a better dad. That was it. You know, to improve my health, and you know, maybe to a couple of other things in my life, but I wanted to get away from the shit in my life, right? The shit feelings. But the drinkers have been brainwashed by a lifetime of alcohol marketing. You know, we are our own worst marketers because we talk ourselves into it, you know, on the back of this alcohol marketing, of course, right? And it really is, the drinker's mentality is really a victim mentality born from inexperience. You know, I was 18 when I walked into my first bar, when I was legally able to do that. I drank before then, of course, but, you know, walked into my first bar at 18 years of age. And from then on, enjoyment, fun, relaxation, all of the so-called good things in life were all connected to alcohol from then on, right? And it was all connected before because of the advertising, because of the marketing, because of what I saw people around me doing, right? From 18 until I was 46, right? So when I was 46, I took the red pill and experienced something different. It took me a while. It was tough at first, right? Then you go into the mode of, oh, right, yeah, this is quite good. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying getting up every morning without alcohol in my system. I'm enjoying no more hangovers. I'm enjoying this progress that I'm making. And you go, all right, what the hell was I doing in my old life? In comparison. That's what I'm saying. The comparisons are the things. If you have nothing to compare it with, if you don't know what a good event is without alcohol compared to your old ideas of what an event was like without alcohol, then you have no experience of that. So it's like anything in life. Most of the things we do for the first time, you're just going to suck at it, right? You're going to suck. You're going to feel this suckiness in your bones, right? In everything that you do, in the way that you feel about these things, right? You're going to feel uncomfortable. You're going to feel outside of your comfort zone. So what? Stick to it. Have faith in the process, in the system. This is always your choice. Always. The moment that you say, I can't, right? That's it. You've lost. The moment that you say, I can't do this, I can't live this life, I can't have fun without alcohol, I can't relax without alcohol, I can't do any of this stuff without alcohol, you have lost. The best learning that you can ever have in your life is going to come from experience, right? Experience. So you have to say to yourself, first of all, what outcomes do I want in my life? What consistent outcomes do I want in my life? And the more you move away from that, the more that you persist and the more that you are consistent in moving forwards. A journey of 1,000 steps, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. The more steps you take away from the old bad habits and towards those consistent outcomes that you want in your life, the more you're going to enjoy your life without alcohol, right? The more you'll see that you never needed alcohol in the first place, right? For anything. The more that you'll see that all of it, the marketing, the other people in your life drinking, the peer pressure, the drinking for fun, drinking for anxiety, drinking to problem solve, drinking to escape, it was all a sham. So it's like, bye-bye old life, bye-bye old self, hello version 2, hello new self, right? The restraints that you had on yourself, that the alcohol behavior, the alcohol habit put on you, they're lifted, right? The handbrake is off and it's now a wonderful, wonderful life. So here's some things to keep in mind as we're moving forwards. Your enjoyment of anything in life depends on the context that you're in and the attitude. It depends on your friends, it depends on the environment, so on and so forth. Perception matters, right? Can't drink versus don't drink or won't drink, right? This matters. Fun doesn't need alcohol, right? No alcohol required to have fun. The best times in your life are the best times in your life, not because of alcohol, but because they are the best times in your life. You've created them. Alcohol marketing massively influences your perceptions and massively influences how and what you enjoy in life. Next one is, it's completely normal to feel uncomfortable when you're trying out new things, so don't be afraid of that. I love the uncomfortable feelings. I love that discomfort now. I love the fact that some things I try and I don't like, some things I try and I fail, but it is what it is. If you want to see improvements in your life, you've got to have patience, you've got to have persistence. Bit by bit, you're going to get new experiences. Bit by bit, you're going to build these new experiences. And as you build these new experiences, that comfort that you want, that we all want, will be under your belt. Next one is focus your mind on the desired outcomes that you want in your life, right? On building positive habits that are going to facilitate those positive outcomes. Shift all your thinking away from alcohol. That's in your past. From the moment that you stop drinking alcohol, it's in your past. If you want to lead a fulfilling life, you've got to do that. You've got to leave these things in your past. And I want to try and encourage you with all of these videos to shift your mindset, right? I want you to see just how much of an opportunity you've just opened up yourself by just doing this one thing, by stopping doing this one thing. Actually, it's not even doing anything. It's just saying to yourself, right, that's it. No more alcohol for me, right? Think about the potential that you've opened up for yourself. It's huge, huge growth, huge opportunity for growth, right? You don't need alcohol to enjoy your life. In fact, alcohol is one of the things that will deny you an enjoyable life in the long term. And there's certainly challenges when you're going through this journey. There's going to be tough times for you when you're going through this journey, but you're doing the responsible thing. In being responsible for yourself, in committing to your life, in committing to changing your life, and committing to changing who you are, and committing to changing how you see things, and committing to changing your habits. But the long-term benefits of perseverance and being patient, they're massive. So don't get sucked into the old ideas of I need alcohol for anything, because you don't, especially not for fun, right? You don't need alcohol for anything. Take care of yourself. Onwards and upwards. Keep the alcohol out of your mouth, out of your life. Take care. Speak to you in the next one. Bye now.